all around the course. Well, this is a reclaimed golf course, reclaimed from the sea, the yellow sea it's right next to, and it'll be quite cold, particularly this time of the year. In fact, a lot of the players are complaining about the cold, and I believe LPGA officials are looking at moving this particular tournament just a couple of weeks earlier, so that because it does get very cold in Seoul at this time of the year, and there's about a 7 or 8 degree difference just over a couple of weeks.
Yes, it was quite amazing. It was only 20 degrees last Sunday. Let's take a look at this leaderboard. Yeon Choi currently sitting at the top through 12 holes, 2 ahead of Vicky Hurst and Song Hee Kim. Paula Creamer 2 back, but she is in the water on 18 in B Park there as well. You can see in B at -1 for today.
This is Paula Creamer's second shot at 18, and well, she lost this right. And there we go, a wet ball for Paula Creamer.
Still has a chance though to make par. She'll take a drop there. Good pitch and putt. She could scramble out of this. As we go with our leaders now, walking down the 13th hole, this par 5. And that gives you a great view. There's the green up in the top right corner. You can see how the water comes into play. And if you can just play it to the left of that right trap. You see Vicky Hurst going with an iron.
There's absolutely no advantage in trying to take that green on, but she's pulled it way left. That's I'd like to be left of the green, but that's a long way left of the green for Vicky Hurst, and she's got a little wayward over the last couple of holes. She's seen her hit it left and right in the last couple. Got out of jail on the 11th, but here on 13, she's got some work to do to get this close.
Well, we saw her in the edge of the hazard on the right yesterday. Play a pretty decent shot out of there, but she's a long hitter, Vicky Hurst. She's not all that big, but boy, she's been one of the longest hitters on tour. Now, the pocket rocket, Jie Shin. Usually a great final round finisher. Going okay today. Sitting there at -5, and that could be another birdie to take her to -6.
Now, here's Paula Creamer trying to salvage something out of this, the 18th penalty. This will be the 4th shot. It's the back of the green, but saw Michelle Wee hold a putt just before we came on air from round about the same spot. That's the yellow sea we're looking at, just off the back of the 12th green.
Take a look at the crowds there too, Phil. There's been an extraordinary number of people here today, all over this golf course, following these leaders. And of course, quite a few holes ahead of them. All she's just finished was Michelle Wee. She had her fair share of spectators, as does Paula Creamer. A lot of very, very good players playing here this week. 8 of the top 10 players in the world are here.
Yes, the race is on for the Rolex rankings, with just a few tournaments to go in the LPGA Tour this year.
It's been an interesting year as well, as we look down there, and that is Yeon Choi's bag through the trees. Now we get a better view of her. But Christy Kerr, the current #1, just ahead of Jie Shin. Ai Miyazato is 3rd in the Rolex World Rankings. Well, she's not here this week. Suzanne Pedersen is, though, and she's moving up the leaderboard. And Yani Seng at #5 is also not here. So the race is on, because there is very little between these 5 players. They've been jostling for that #1 position week in, week out. It seems to change weekly. And with just 3 events after this one to go this year, the battle is on.
Now, Yeon Choi, they've got about 3/4 of the way back this pin. It's 9 from the left. So, plenty of green to play with in front.
Well, where Yeon is there, she's around about 90 from the front of the green. And then another 21, so about 110 yards. Tournament leader. That's a good shot. She sets herself up for another birdie.
Here's the outside chance of a birdie for Yeon Choi. And for Song Hee Kim, it's a question of sort of getting things back together. Still needs a steadying hole, really. I'm sure she'd like to make birdie here if she could, but she's got a better angle coming in here at 13. See, she's further out to the left. Just coming out of the light rough there on the left.
Yes, well, of course, she's got water to the right-hand side of this green. Plenty of room to work with. Of course, the ball won't hold as well coming out of the rough. So a little bit of a fly, which you have to be careful of, which is probably exactly what's happened there. You get that little bit of grass trapped between the ball and the club face. And creates lack of spin.
And further left than her is Vicky Hurst, who'll be next to play. But we'll go back to that. Of course, this is the par putt, Paula Creamer, to finish. Round one ball. And it's a good save from Paula Creamer.
Great to see her do that, because it's been a good round of golf from Paula Creamer today. And to do that, to have taken a 6 up the last hole would have really hurt. So she's relieved to walk away from there with a par 5.
Yeah, 5 under for the day for Paula Creamer.
And Vicky Hurst coming from the left-hand side of this 13th fairway. The problem she's going to have is she's going to come in over the top of the left-hand traps. A little bit of a downhill ridge on the other side there. It's a very long green, this, but it's not very wide. Oh no, she was far enough down where the trap didn't come into play, but very misjudged by Vicky. Probably saw the way that Song Hee Kim's ball took off out of the rough. This tends to make you a little hesitant.
Now, Jihye Shin to move up just a little bit. Does exactly that. So 6 under now for GA to join Paula Creamer on that score, and she is in a tie for 4th place right now. I'll tell you, if there's Paula Creamer, and very popular with the crowd, but GA's right there. If a couple of the leaders stub their toe a little bit over the next few holes, but it's a tough back nine. It's a tough finish here.
Well, if GA could manage to post a couple of more birdies and get up around that -7, -8 mark, and you've got a couple of players out there who have never won before in Song Hee Kim and Vicky Hurst. Yeon Choi's playing good golf, but it does put the pressure on because it is a tough finish. And there are also some very tough pins. Crowds love Paula Creamer. Spends a lot of time with them. She's very good with them.
Here are some earlier highlights, and the front 9 was all happening for Song Hee Kim. Comes out. Could have been anything, couldn't it? She's really going on nicely, as was Yeon Choi. She's had a good day all around. Not quite there with that putt, but Choi, who's 3 under today, our tournament leader. Julie Inkster. Early birdie there for Julie.
I thought when Julie Inkster made a few birdies early, this is Yeon Han for par the second. Once Julie Inkster starts, that was a poor miss from Yeon. Once Julie Inkster starts making some birdies, she gets on a real roll, gets so pumped up. This is some of the early misses by some of the players who were vying for contention. That one though, for Vicky Hurst, straight in the centre.
Song Hee Kim and Vicky Hurst alongside Yeon Choi have not been winners on tour, so they're in rarefied atmosphere here. Par 3, 7.
That was a great shot there from Song Hee Kim on the 3rd hole today.
And Yeon I mean, anything, couldn't it? Score on the front nine, but certainly she's playing very well on the back nine. Leading the way, first again. Well, there have been those who have been waiting for her to fall over, but Vicky Hurst is right there in the mix. Choi had it on the string there. We're ahead of the fifth.
Well, at this stage, Song Hye Kim was going along well, throwing in birdies, lots of pars, and another great shot in. It's the back nine where she has issues at the moment, and it is starting to get to her a little bit. We'll take a look at the seventh hole. This is Vicky Hurst for birdie again. She just kept pulling away at it, Vicky Hurst. Her to -9.
Shot lead. Evaporated somewhat now. 11 under and now to 8 under, but Yeon Choi. Look so much alike, those two young women there. Very good friends, and this is the way they finish in the front nine. Explicate yourself trouble there. See the frustration starting to set in there. Because once she made the turn, it was a whole different ball game.
This was Michelle Wee ahead of them. Interesting, a bit of a mixed bag for Michelle Wee. Nice with Kim. That was on 10. That was a bogey for her. Playing partner, however, Yeon Choi. This was where there was a two-shot swing. This was for birdie. All of a sudden, she was in the outright lead.
Just have a wonderful, wonderful temperament. It shows in the results. She's got a big money winner on tour. It's probably in a place where her friend Song Hye would love to be. Song Hye just needs that breakthrough at the moment. Here we are back on 13th.
The action around the green. This is Song Hye Kim. Third shot out of the rough. It's a bit of a flyer. Settle down.
Now this back for par.
Well, that is a bogey for Song Hye Kim, and this is the unfortunate aspect of her game at the moment. As we said, in the last 26 starts, she's finished in the top 10 20 times and cannot break through for a win, and it's really becoming a big issue with her. Birdie putt from Yeon Choi.
There's the difference. There's the difference right there. And confidence is so much, isn't it? Because, I mean, Song Hye Kim has got to be very, very low on confidence at the moment, and this girl is sky high. And there's Song Hye with a caddy and just trying to get it all back together. But the difference in the score right now was two shots to the advantage of Song Hye, and they made the turn. But it's 4 shots the other way now. 6-shot swing. Vicky Hurst cleans up now. Vicky is very popular here too. Her mother's Korean champ.
Yes, I didn't know that. And Vicky has a lot of family here, of course, grandparents, aunties, uncles. So she's been over here 20 odd times to visit the relatives in Korea. But when you speak to her, you wouldn't know because, of course, she is American.
And there's the 3-shot difference now to Yeon Choi and Vicky Hurst. All through 13. And you'd think the winner's going to come from those 3, but Yeon Choi would have to do something very, very wrong over the last 5 holes to to lose this tournament, but it's hers to lose, the others to do something about it at the moment.
Well, the interesting part is, I mean, in a matter of probably 3 holes, there's been about a 5-shot swing. And it just seems to be the turn for Song Hee Kim. As soon as she plays that front 9, she makes the turn. Things tend to go all pear-shaped for her, and the pressure she's starting to put on herself, and people are starting to ask her that question. Well, that's not helping her at all. As we watch Amanda Blumenhurst of the United States.
She's had a good tournament, her first year on tour, and played very well, and played a great shot in there. So Amanda has a chance of picking up another birdie there.
Yeah, she was very solid with 2 rounds of 2 under par 70s, but +3 for the day so far for Amanda Blumenhurst. But let's go to our tournament leader, and she is the leader by 3, and she is also the defending champion of this tournament, Yeon Choi. This 13th hole, where you can see the bunkers on the left, they are in play. You need to get over. Oh, she's got over that by an absolute street. So the Brave take that line. You can go the right-hand side towards the far bunkers down the fairway. They're 256 away, but the problem you've got, of course, with having a go is just trying to tweak it a little bit, because there is, of course, water all down this left-hand side.
And Vicky Hurst has been a little wayward off the tee over the last couple of holes. Might want to be too wayward here, because, as you say, that water asking for it on the left, and the line is down the left-hand side. The pin today very tight in front, or front right pin, so you can aim at that line of bunkers on the left and reaching down to pick up the tee straight away. So obviously very, very happy with the shot.
She is long, Vicky Hurst, so that's those bunkers weren't going to be a problem for her as long as she had the right line. Now, Song Hee Kim, what must she be feeling at this point? She's just played 3 holes and seen herself go from 1 ahead and outright leader to 3 behind the leader.
She's played 3 or 4 bad approach shots though. She's been very steady off the tee, but it's her approach shots to the green that brought her unstuck. Right in the slot though. It's a difficult pin to get at, this one, Sandy.
Yeah, very much so. As you said, Phil, she's been down the middle. That hasn't been the problem, but it has been the shot into the green. And the pin today, it's only 6 on and 4 from the right-hand side. So it's a very tight front pin to an elevated green. So the greens are very firm. So if you come in a little bit too hard, you're going to end up with some sort of treacherous putt back down the hill. But, of course, if you leave it that couple of yards short, chances are it may stop and run back down the front to where you're pitching back up to the green again. So not without its problems.
Take a look at what Paula Creamer did today, and she had a magnificent front 9. She had 6 birdies altogether, but she started out back 9, and she started out 3 birdies in the first 4 holes.
This is a good start by Paula Creamer. Made a couple of little hiccups. That was one of them. Take a look at what she did on the par 5 13th hole. Long range birdie putt. Beautiful pace.
Parents follow her all the way. Their hearts in their mouth, that particular putt. I guess just about every tournament with her. I was talking to Dad, who's an American Airlines captain. I guess he's got the sort of schedule that they're able to get around the tournaments in their own New York. Very, very proud of the way she is playing on tour. Birdie putt there. It's an interesting round for her. 17. Tough hole today. And another birdie. Of course, she went to 18, which we saw just a few moments ago. And the second shot. finding the water. Fortunately, she was able to recover from there. They just pumped the par from the back of the green.
Yes, that was a great little save by Paula Creamer. As I said before, she wouldn't have liked walking off there with the 6.
폴라 크리머가 아주 기분이 좋습니다. 폴라 크리머 오늘 경기에 대해서 이야기
Here we see
나눠보겠습니다. Paula, you did exceptionally well today.
interviewing Paula Creamer.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was a good day.
Could you please tell us about the play?
Overall, I gave myself many chances for birdie. I missed a lot of putts out there actually, but I knew I needed to post up a low score today, and I just tried to make as many birdies as I could.
네, 오늘 버디를 많이 잡고 또 펫도 사실은 안 좋은 게 많았지만 그래도 결국 통산적으로는 결과가 좋아서 기분이 아주 좋다고 하는데요. 폴라 크리머의 유명한 핑크 옷을 오늘 또 역시 약속한 대로 입고 왔습니다. 그 얘기 한번 나눠볼게요. 그리고 만약에 이 게임 중에서 베스트 드레서를 뽑으라면 누가 될지 한번 제가 또 그것까지 물어볼게요. 폴라, you know what? I can't tell you how much I like your outfit today. You're so Paula-like.
Thank you
in
very
pink
much.
and pink.
My
pink
yardage
book. Yeah. So like, if you have to choose one best dresser of the tournament, who would be like?
A best dresser.
Yes, you have to pick one.
One person. Oh my goodness, it's so hard. I really like Choi's. I think she is sponsored by Hazy's. Hazy's Golf. I really like that. It's just different and unique. But everybody has their own, unique style of fashion. I love clothes, so it's hard not to say something, about, Adidas or whatnot. But
Understand. Okay, thank you. 사실은 너무 각자가 개별의 스타일이 있기 때문에 꼽기는 힘들지만 최나연 선수의 오늘 옷이 예뻤다고 그렇게 얘기를 하는데요. I thought you might pick yourself.
It's a tough one.
네, 폴라를 고르라고 했더니 그건 좀 힘들었다 그러는데요. 그럼 마지막으로 한국에서의 계획 그리고 앞으로 토너먼트 계획 한번 물어보겠습니다. What's your next goal of tournament?
Well, I'm hoping that I can win. Finish out the year with a good finish. But this was a good week for myself. I have Mexico and then the tournament champions. So 2 more tournaments, and we'll see what happens.
Able to find the range with that
앞으로
approach
2개
shots.
토너먼트가 더
Tuck in
남아
in front,
있는데
and she's flown the
아무래도
pin.
우승하는 게 좋겠죠. 멕시코에서
It's a
우승을
difficult
하고
shot because
싶고요.
you
그런
try and play
다음에
it short
좋은
and run
유종의 미를
off the
거두고
front.
싶다고
So
합니다.
you can end up
It
very,
was really
very
nice
short.
to have you here.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
Paula.
Thank you.
네, 이상
Thank you
폴라와
very much.
함께였습니다.
Yeah, she's such a crowd favourite, is Paula Creamer, and just watching those shots while they're interviewing Paula there. Come into the 14th hole, and we saw exactly what we were talking about a little earlier, Phil, where that elevated green with the front pin, and now we see Vicky Hurst ready to play her second shot. You can see the slight rise. It goes up all the way here, but if you get it a bit short, it's going to prop and stop. But as we saw from Song Hee Kim, she hit the green, and well, she's got one heck of a putt from the back.
More lofted club from Vicky Hurst because she's a little longer off the tee. Still, she's flown that pin as well.
And you can see both those players are back on another level, so it'll be downhill. Well, it's going to be downhill all the way, but there's quite a steep little climb there, and if they get anything that's going past the flag, then it's off the front of the green. This is In Kyun Kim into the 18th hole. Wow. What a shot from
assume
In
that's for
Kyun Kim.
eagle. You'd assume that's a third shot to 18.
What a finish to your tournament. Great shot, In Kyun Kim. You see Terry McNamara, very famous caddy, long-time caddy for the great Annika Sorenstam. It's been on the bag of In Kyun Kim for quite some time now. Very first tournament he caddied for her, she won the Ladies European Tour in Dubai.
I'm just wondering how many dollars that shot was worth. I mean, she was at -2 and she's finishing at -4 now. So just that perfect pitch earns her a whole bag of cash. But we head back to the 14th now and see our lead group. None of them have actually fired the pin out here. Our tournament leader, Yeon Choi, has come up short. The 2 playing partners, Vicky Hurst, Song Hee Kim, up on the top deck. Very slippery putts coming back.
Well, I think this tournament now is for Yeon Choi to lose. She seems in the box seat as we watch GA Shin try and float one in from below
She's
the
surprised
screen.
the way that checked up there, because she came out of the rough there and thought it might have released a little bit, but did check up rather quickly.
Back to Yeon Choi. There's the putter in hand, just coming straight up the hill. Now on this 14th hole from the front, this should run fairly straight. It's going to be all about the pace. It was our tournament winner today. We saw the trophy a little earlier, but the winner will get $270,000 US dollars. 66, 643 for second, and down to 120,888 for third. So there's a lot to play for. A bit more turn in that one than it looked. Just left it below the hole, so she'll have a tap in for her par, but both her playing partners have got interesting putts from a long way behind this flag. So it's a 4 for Yeon Choi, so she stays at -11. And now Vicky Hurst and Song Hee Kim, both with difficult putts. I'm sure they'll be happy to both be walking away with 2 putts.
See 5 birdies and 13 holes to Yeon Choi. Just putting a little further pressure on her playing partners by finishing off very quickly there. And okay, I'm in for par.
Well, there's the story of Song Hee Kim. Look at that. 3 birdies. She was going great guns. Bogeyed 9, bogeyed 10, bogeyed 12, bogeyed 13. So that is 4 bogeys in 5 holes. That's going to ruin anybody's scorecard.
Yeah, you've got a feel for her right here. I'd love to see her get it back together before this round closes out. Just don't want to see her leak too many shots, because she's played so well and she deserves a very good finish here. In 3rd place at the moment on her own, 7 under the card.
A little whisper this morning on the practice putting green that her very good friend Yeon Choi, our tournament leader, has got her in touch with a sports psychologist.
Is that right?
Because this is becoming, she is such a good player. But she'd just like not to have to play the back 9 of finishing 9 of every tournament. Now come on, down you come.
Oh, gee whiz. What a read. That was a great read, wasn't it?
That was a beautiful putt. How well judged, both for line and length. So maybe a good putt like that might be enough to kick her on again. But, you know, to have 4 bogeys in 5 holes is just going to be heartbreaking.
Now Vicky Hurst to putt after having had a look at that one. Sure, it gives her an idea of the line, but it also feels a little trepidation. Look how close she went to making that. That would have been a super putt to make, but it was a great putt anyway. Look on her face. What have we got to do?
Little wry smile there, wasn't it? Now, Vicky Hurst, from a similar position. She's seen what Song Hee Kim's putt did, but we'll go first to GA Shin on the 16th.
Some work to do for par for GA. You saw it come up short to there.
Go, 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 go!
And well done.
Look at that for a clean card. 4 birdies, no blemishes. Now, Vicky Hurst, can she mirror the line and the pace of Song Hee Kim's putt?
It's easy to knock this one 10 feet past, wouldn't it?
She's got to run it to the top of the ridge and then let the ridge take it.
She just got it to the ridge.
That's all she had to do, get it to the top of the ridge. She's happy with that. That's no picnic up there.
Absolutely.
Well, Yeon Choi, she sits in the box seat. She is the defending champion. She's a 3-time winner on tour. She sits 3 shots ahead. Vicky Hurst, 4 shots ahead of Song Hee Kim. Paula Creamer is in the clubhouse at -6. Good round of 67 from Paula today. Jia Shin still out in the course at -6, as is Suzanne Pedersen.
Tidied up. For Vicky Hurst to remain at 8 under the card and all alone in second place as they head to the short par 4 15th.
See the amount of the crowds just trying to weave their way around the cart paths on this golf course. It's not all that easy just trekking across because there's quite steep little rocks and things around here. You have to kind of stick to the path, but a lot of people have come out to watch today. It's a nice day. It's a nice clear day. Temperature down a little bit. Let's take a look at this 15th hole, par 4, 323 yards. Well, there's bunkers short. You can see it there. You've got to aim just to the left of that right-hand fairway trap. I mean, there's no big shot in here, so it's just a matter of getting the ball in play and keeping it out of trouble. And then from there, you've got a shot that's probably only around about 80 yards to the front of the green. The pin today, 28 on and 6 from the right-hand side. So it is actually in that back left corner. And when they say 6 from the left-hand side, it's in that back left-hand corner. So got plenty of room to work with. Quite an elevated green, this. But the key is, do not get into any trouble. There's plenty of fairway. A lot of the girls only hitting anything between a rescue and a, well, some of them might go to 3 woods, but 2 or 4 iron just to get in the right position.
Yeah, Vicky Hurst is much longer than the other 2 off the tee, but length doesn't help you all that much on this hole.
No, well, there's no way you can have a go at it. I mean, the bunkers are at 265, and there are plenty of players in the field who could reach that if they let loose. So it's just no point. They really want to land it somewhere around probably about the 230 mark. So a lot of fairway woods being hit off this tee.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of 3-wood wedge in here during the week, but we'll go forward now to Suzanne Pedersen momentarily.
Shortly. Coming to Suzanne in a moment. Firstly, our tournament leader, Yeon Choi. She's not done anything wrong. It's just been a good, solid round of golf. She is 4 under the card on today's round. You can see they're just going with a fairway wood, get it in play. In actual fact, a lot of them will only probably land at around, you know, the 210, 200 mark, because it gives it that good full shot into this green.
Yeah, a matter of picking out your favourite club, isn't it, for the next shot? If you feel good with a wedge in your hand and it's a regulation wedge, knock it into about 100, perhaps a little bit over. Now, Vicky Hurst, as you see, just playing with the fairway wood. Perhaps a hybrid.
See the edge of the bunker there. That bunker was 238 yards off the tee, so it's a decent length. Hybrid club for Vicky Hurst. She does get out now. Song Hee Kim, well, she just would love dearly to get a red number back on her card.
See from that graphic, she did birdie this hole on day 1. Of course, pin positions completely changed the hole. The pin today is 28 on and 6 from the left. She's tucked that win on the left-hand side, but you like the angle of Vicky Hurst. But this is the hole-in-one hole. Kia K7 and Jia Shin lining up for a shot at it.
Playing 152 today. Well, come on. keep running. Well, it just died off on the edge of the green there. That was a great line on it. It would have looked fantastic from the tee. Let's take a look at this tracking they do. This is just a great insight into the flight of the ball. Just lands on the very edge of the fringe, killed it off a little bit. Ball probably didn't run out because these greens, I love this, where they traipse across this desert-like area. It's a very huge expanse, that bunker.
Yeah, it's a great shot, isn't it? But there's our leaderboard. 3-shot lead. Song Hee Kim all alone in 3rd place, and then those 3 lining up behind her. Well, Paula Creamer's in the clubhouse with her 67, but Hinby Park and Suzanne Pedersen still with 3 holes to play.
So with 3 holes to play, Hinby Park and Suzanne Pedersen, both big hitters of the golf ball, will be expecting to make a birdie up 18. And if they could at least get to 7 under, it's certainly going to move them up. Whether or not I could imagine Yeon Choi faltering at this stage. As I said, you know, she's been a winner before. She's a defending champion here, so she knows how to play this golf course. But she's a very, very solid player, Yeon Choi.
Here's Suzanne Pedersen now, one of the players we're talking about at 6 under, into the 16th. Reasonably difficult hole. It's 377 yards uphill. Suzanne has a long putt as it just gets even further away. So the pin tucked over on the back right.
That's looking down to our final group. You see that very well bunkered green. There's plenty of room in there to get to that back pin today, which is good. It gives them a lot of room over the top of the bunker. Just looking at Yeon Choi. She's had 1 win already this year. She won at Corning. But she's had 12 top 10 finishes in 2010. She won twice last year. Samsung World Championship, and of course she won this event. She's defending at. She's won in her 3 years on tour well over $1 million every year. She's currently up around $3,890,000, so it's just short of the $4 million mark.
But we're going to see Song Hee Kim first up by the look of things. She's away. Song Hee, you see her ball on the left there, and it's a tough shot in because that pin is tucked only 6 paces from the left.
Well, that's a great view of what they have in front of them. It's a great shot from Song Hee Kim.
Excellent shot.
The birdie here won't hurt her at all. Give her a little confidence boost.
And that's an even better shot. Finally a smile, but even better shot considering where she was. And that was no great angle in there.
So she's stuck hers nice and close. Good chance at birdie. Slightly wider angle. Now will be Yeon Choi. Maybe be Vicky Hurst further to the right to go before Yeon Choi.
Yeon checking for the breeze there. There was a precious little breeze out there today by the look of things. You can't see the bushes blowing around too much. Well, it is Vicky Hurst.
So the line is pretty much over the second bunker in from the right.
It's a miss. That's a bad miss from Vicky Hurst right there, because she had a pretty good angle into that flag.
It's also going to be very quick from where she is as well.
Now, Yeon, does she think about a 3-shot lead when she stands over a shot like this, and she's just too experienced?
I don't think so. Well, I mean, even though we say she's only been on tour for the last 3 or 4 years, she doesn't like that very much. I mean, it's okay. Not great, but it's okay. But prior, of course, she was on the Korean tour from 2004 till 2007, and every one of those years she won on tour, so she has actually been playing professionally for quite some time. She was just, her rookie year was 2008 on the LPGA.
Yes, you saw the look on her face after that shot, and she's playing so well that she would have had greater expectations than that, so puts demands pretty high standards of herself and didn't quite reach the kind of standards she was after with that shot right there. But back to 18 now in the closing piece of a round from Yeon Kim. This could be very, very close. Very, very close.
That's how to do it.
My goodness, she's got that left for eagle. You would think. We wouldn't see her first shot, but she looks very, very happy with that. So a big chance of an eagle finish from Yeon Kim.
Yeon Kim not having a great day, so she'd like an eagle there because she's currently at +2 for the day. It's left her at even for the tournament, so that to get back into the red. Vicky Hurst here, just coming out of the second cut of rough. Looks to be sitting okay. She's got a lifted club in her hand. Slide it in under the ball and bump it forward.
She's got that bit of a ridge to contend right in front of her there, hasn't she? She's got to find the right spot on that ridge for it to feed down to the pin.
Now she looks to be just to the top side of the straight line, so if anything, when this ball does run, it should run left to right. There is a mound there, and it's a narrow ridge. You get the left hand side of it and it breaks away right to left. You get to the right hand side of it, room to work with to pick the spot. That just is going to trickle. Look at that.
That's a very good shot.
How quick was that? Just got it going.
So Vicky Hurst would have that left for par. Now GA Shin finished for birdie. Not for GA this time. Tap in. Not sure that was 18 though.
No, it looked like 17 to me. Suzanne Pedersen, long birdie putt from across the top of this big right to left swing. Down it goes. Just a little light on for pace, but from where she was, pretty good putt. Now it will be Yeon Choi. Came up a little shy with her shot into the screen. Pretty much play that second shot towards the centre because it does feed back down right to left towards the water. But she was half a club short. Now, if this were to go in, I would nearly have to say game, set, almost match.
Yes, you would think so. With a 3-shot lead if she could extend that to 4, but it's a very big ask to sink this putt. My goodness, that was a great try. What a good judge of pace that was.
Yeah, that was beautifully done from Yeon Choi because she sort of came up over that ridge and then it was downhill all the way. You can see how gently she hit that from quite long range. Beautifully judged for pace. So it is a par for Yeon Choi. She stays at -11, leader by 3 at the moment. That may change shortly because Vicky Hurst has a little bit of work to do. And this is a birdie putt for Song Hee Kim. Now, Song Hee Kim could claw one back after making a number of birdies in the front nine. She's +1 now for the day after dropping 4 shots in 5 holes. So this would get her back to even for the day and -8 for the tournament.
Yes, you're almost willing this one in for her, aren't you, after the trials of the last few holes? We saw a poor putt a couple of holes back where you can see it tense up a little bit and almost look like a bit of deceleration.
That's what she needed. Well done, Song Hee Kim. It's been a struggle, but I think they are running out of holes to catch this lady. Yeon Choi, she leads by 3. There are just 3 holes to play, but they're not easy. And some interesting pins coming home.
It's a very testing time on the back nine here at the Sky 72 Golf Club. This is the Ocean Course, one of 5 courses in this complex. 90 holes and 44 of them have floodlighting, so they can play all night here. So if we had a playoff, we could just keep going forever, Sandy, but I don't think we're going to have a playoff here.
Until 2 o'clock in the morning, apparently. Yeah, well done, Vicky Hurst. Actually, as we're driving out here last night, we looked back and all the lights came on and it was really quite spectacular. But boy, I'd hate to be paying the electricity bill.
Yes, but they really put a lot of people through these courses, and amazing sized complex. And so many staff, hundreds and hundreds of staff here on the course. That's the situation we've got as we come to the closing stages of the Hana Bank Championship in 2010. 3-shot lead to Yeon Choi.
Now you're wondering what that is.
I think I know what it is, but tell us about it.
It's the buggy that the winner will actually be dressed in some traditional Korean clothing. And they spent a long time decorating that cart yesterday, and they will should be driven around from Media Centre to meet all the fans and everything. So a little chauffeur driven. This is the 17th hole. Suzanne Pedersen, par 3. Pin back 22, 7 from the right. Shot from Suzanne Pedersen. She is currently sitting at -6. Now she could sneak up to -7 on her own and be in 4th place.
Yes, Suzanne Pedersen, Jie Shin, Inby Park, all at 6 under the card at the moment. A lot of water on this complex as well. There's reclaimed from the sea, and there's just water on so many holes. And beautifully done. The Ocean Course was designed by Jack Nicklaus. As we come towards the end of the Hana Bank Championship of 2010, Yeon Choi, the defending champion, with that lead at the moment and a chance to ride in that golf cart again that we saw just a few moments ago as the champion.
That is a great view of the next hole they have to play. Let's take a look at this 16th. You saw it high from the air here. There are the tees right there. Now you're going to bomb it straight over that right of the left traps, just so it goes straight down the centre. What you got to be careful of is not getting it to the left, where you can see there's water and rocks and all sorts of things. Gets a little tight up there. Slightly elevated coming up into this green. Now the pin today is in the back left corner, so got to get it all the way to the back. Quite exposed. What breeze there will be today will be directly behind the players. So a little helping breeze, which is not going to help stop the ball, because these greens are very firm when the ball lands, and you can get a great view there. You can see the tee box down in the far right corner of your screen. So those left bunkers, they're not in play, but if you took the line over the right-hand one of those, you wouldn't be too far away.
Yes, they've done a great job to have the golf course in the condition that it is for this particular tournament. I understand the growing conditions here this year have not been good, but they've got it looking an absolute picture.
They had a terrible problem here in August. A typhoon came through here and did create a bit of havoc with the golf course, so they were terribly concerned with getting it back in shape, but they've done that so well. It looks spectacular.
And Song Hee Kim back with the honour. She had plenty of that earlier, but she's had to be third off the tee, but stepping up first as a result of that birdie back on 15.
Now settle down.
My goodness. Well, you see the crowd applauding it, but Song Hee Kim gave it a good long stare, and that's the reason she did. She saw it heading for that hazard there on the left.
Yes, the crowd applauding it, of course, is standing down with Song Hee Kim, and they can't see that. They've just seen the good contact, and it goes sailing over the top of those bunkers, but that is the one spot you must not go. And, of course, we saw it roll right into the edge of the hazard. We don't know if it's gone in the water or not, but I can tell you something. She's not going to have a good stance, whether it's gone in or not. Now, Yeon Choi, you can see that bunker face sticking up there, the right hand of those three on the left-hand side. She just wants to take the right edge of that.
Seemed to get a pretty good piece of that. And asking about it, but I don't think there's any problem there. She's right in the fairway and probably has about a 6-iron in. But you can see to the left there, that's the hazard that her playing partner Song Hee Kim is in at the moment.
As I said before, great crowds. You can see them absolutely lining this fairway. It's been a great day out here today. The whole tournament. Weather's picked up every day. We were a little brisk early in the week. Or actually a little frozen early in the week. Lots of fluffy hats and earmuffs and bizarre looking things. It was bitterly cold, but it certainly has improved, and still a bit of a chill in the air, but as you can see, the sun is shining. A little bit of breeze out there. As I said before, it'll be helping the players down this hole.
See Vicky Hurst going with a little hybrid club here. She's long off the tee and could have gone with driver here perhaps, but not liking the odds. Even though she's 3 shots behind the leader, I think she's going to settle for second place, not do anything silly if she can, and just hold on to the second place. But here's that tee shot from Yeon Choi.
So few moving parts in this swing. Just a nice big shoulder turn, gentle hip turn. It's like a spring effect. There's nice solid base with the feet. It just winds up from there. Now you see the hips turn. She's very slight. She's very small. Clears the hips a lot, brings the club down on the inside, and then the extension just lets it go. It's just perfectly balanced, but for somebody who is so slight and small, it's a very uncomplicated golf swing.
Yes, the club golfers look at someone like Yeon Choi, and just with her very slim build, and I mean, she's not long off the tee, but certainly longer than most of the club golfers would be, and they think, well, she hasn't got any bulk to use there. It's just all in the swing and the timing. Get all the mechanics right, and the ball will fly. We're back to Hee-Yoon Kim. That for eagle, the finish for Hee-Yoon Kim. A big finish for her after a tough round in the final round, and Hee-Yoon Kim finishing up very, very nicely. So that was on 18, just to the right of where that picture is there.
It's also nicely for her. She was +2 for the day, so that eagle just put her back at even par, but more importantly took it to -2 for the tournament. So she would have jumped up quite a few places. As we said before, there's a lot of prize money at stake in this event. The winner, $270,000 US, and you'd have to think that that is the lady we're looking at on our screen, Yeon Choi, with just 2.5 holes to play. Then there's a jump of 104,000 less, 166,643 for second, 120,888 for third, and so on and so on down the list. This is an event with 72 players, so there was no cut. All players played. It was a 3-round tournament. Now we're just down here. Song Hee Kim. You can see she's found her ball. Whoop. Almost went for a swim.
It's a question of whether she's got any kind of shot at all. For Song Hee here. You would think if she has any sort of a shot, she can't go for the green. Perhaps they're waiting for a rules official to come and have a look at this.
Ah, that's why.
Amongst the television cables there.
Yes, so she will call for a rules official now because those cables will have to be moved. As a rule, they're usually moved.
You see those bunkers on the left there? That the pin is right behind those left-hand bunkers. So really difficult shot from where she's got. You'd expect that she'd try and play something safe from there and try and get up and down for her par.
Well,
Here at 16.
The one advantage, well, if you can say there's an advantage to where she is, the one advantage is her feet will be below the ball, and that always encourages the right to left shot. If she can maybe punch something forward and get it up on that right high side, it may well run around. That would be the ideal scenario. It's Christy Kerr, 18th hole.
I'm not sure whether that was for eagle from Christie, but we'll find out in a few moments' time.
So far, she has had 2 rounds of 71, and I think she may have this putt to make it a third. So 3 71s in a row if this goes in.
This is the world number 1 we're watching at the moment. World number 1, I say at the moment, because that title has been moving back and forth a little bit over the last few weeks.
Well, she only picked it up again after last week's event. But they are so tight at the top of this Rolex World Rankings. It's a real battle to the finish this year. Let's see who finishes number 1 before season's end, or by season's end. Now, Vicky Hurst, the pin today, you can see that those 2 bunkers on the left-hand side. The pin is over the right-hand one of those. The back left plateau. That is the commercial shot to the centre of the green. And Vicky's got a lengthy birdie putt. She was good for length, but just wasn't going to have a go at that. It's very firm up around the top of that green. It's quite elevated. Of course, anytime you get elevated greens, a bit of wind, they tend to dry out and get quite firm. So kind of risk-taking on those bunkers.
Now you've got Yeon Choi to play, and after she sees Vicky Hurst's shot there and thinks, okay, well, she's played to the centre, she would be thinking, no, I don't have to do anything silly here. The same sort of shot would work for her.
I'd imagine she'd probably be looking at something between Vicky's ball and the flag. It looks like she's pretty much going straight at it. Right of the flag would be the best option. But she does have quite a bit of room. I mean, there are still 8 paces left of the flag, so although it's on a separate plateau, as long as she's got the right club.
Just thinking about the mindset, though, she's looking at 2 players 3 shots behind her. She's seen Vicky Hurst centre the green. The other one on 3 shots behind is in the hazard.
Yeah, there's no reason to be silly here. Looks like she's just started out to the right, so we're going to play a similar type of shot. Yeah, that's all she needs to do. Yeon Choi needs to slow down a little bit, though. You can see how firm
get down from there too, which won't be any snack.
Well, the problem she's got now, she's run through a little bit, and across the back of that green, there is a mound. Go to Jim Haley, who is one of the LPGA rules officials. These players these days very reluctant to take a drop of any sort without a rules official, because a slight mistake and you can be disqualified so easily or penalised in whatever form. So they do like the rules officials around so that they do make sure that they do the right thing. It's a bit hard in these situations. Sometimes with the, you don't see us in a moment, it's because Song Hye Kim's pulled the cables out. A bit hard for the players sometimes when it comes to the situation with the cables and things like that. So
Try to put it here.
yeah, the ball rolled when they moved the cables. So Jim was watching exactly where the ball was sitting. Now the ball is not going to sit there. So they're going to.
Now start going back this way. Don't move any of this because remember we're in a hazard. So you just lift the ball and just go toward, like put it right here. So just see if it comes to rest.
You got it. Keep doing it.
Yeah,
Okay,
just put it
don't
right
pick
there.
any grass up.
Yeah. Okay. All right, you pick it up. We're gonna try over here. Now put it right there.
He's got to find a point where this ball will actually sit.
Well, I mean, she is disadvantaged there, isn't it? Because, I mean, the ball was in a better spot than that, even though it was amongst the cables, but it's now rolled down into a hollow.
Well, because of the slope there,
Yeah.
you've really got to find a hollow to be able to get it to stop in.
One shadow.
Yeah, I'm looking at a piece of grass under 3.
The ball's in play. Now just remember you are in a hazard.
Okay, well, the ball's in play, but by the sound of it, it's teetering on the edge. Might make her a little nervous over the shot. Jie Shin into the 18th.
Choi will have that left for birdie to finish.
Well, if she does pop that one in GA, she will go into 4th place on her own. Back to Song Hye Kim in this hazard. See, she's just taking a few swings there in the bottom right of your screen. Doesn't want to disrupt anything because the last thing she wants now is for the ball to move. Remembering she's in a hazard, she can play it. She can actually touch the grass, but she must not ground her club. I mean, this is tough because her feet are quite away below the ball. The grass is quite heavy. It's quite strong leaf grass. It's quite heavy. She's got to at least make sure she gets something that does carry the rest of the hazard. That's the first thing she's got to get out of the way. So wants to try and get it nice and clean, but it's always difficult when you're gripping down the shaft, your feet are way below the ball. She's just going to get it out back onto the fairway.
Hardly what she needs the way the last hour has gone for her.
Sit there. Well, the one thing, she's brought it out fairly wide. Now you can see how she's opened up the length of this green. Most of these greens do sit at an angle. So that one, of course, starts in the front right and it goes crossways into the back left corner. So at least one thing she's going to be doing is shooting directly up the green.
Yeon Choi having to wait some time from that. And she's up at the green, as is Vicky Hurst waiting for the next shot to come in from Song Hye Kim. But we'll go to this birdie putt at Jie Shin to finish her tournament. Oh my goodness. Jie with that smile that's almost an ironic smile. I think, how on earth did I miss that? Well, she's taken 3 shots from pretty close there, Sandy.
Yes, she won't like finishing like that, GA, but it's a good effort. She's currently in a tie for 4th with Paula Creamer, Pedersen, and of course GA. And there we see the situation as our leading group are playing this 16th hole, leader by 3, Yeon Choi.
And of those 3, Yeon Choi, Vicky Hurst safely on the green, although Yeon Choi's got quite a lengthy putt to come from just off the fringe. Song Hye Kim, lots of problems in the last hour or two and chance of dropping a further shot here. So still plenty to come in the Hana Bank Championship of 2010. Plenty of interest in this finish.
Been a tough day out there for the girls today. Not a lot of scores in the 60s today. 68 by Amy Yang, who we saw play that spectacular bunker shot to close out her round yesterday for Eagle. And Jungmin Lee also shot 68.
But here's this third shot now for Song-hee Kim. Remember, she's coming off birdie.
Come on, run it out. Settle down now.
So she's an outside chance of making par from there. So still in here with a shot of holding down second place. Yes, of course, that putt will be for bogey.
Yes, because she had to take the penalty, of course, in the hazard. Well, no, she didn't. She actually took a drop, so it would be for par. There was no penalty.
Okay.
We've confused everybody here.
Including me, including
I
ourselves.
thought for a moment she was taking a penalty, but of course she wouldn't have. It was just removing the cable and getting the ball to be placed so she could hit it again.
But Vicky Hurst has got the work to do. Here's that shot again from Song-hee Kim. Difficult to get it much closer than that. It's a difficult pin to get at the back, and I think she'd be pretty happy with that kind of result because, as I say, she's got that putt for par. Now a little bit of work to do here for our tournament leader, Yeon Choi. Lengthy putt, but the way she's playing, you think she's a pretty good chance to at least get down in two here and maintain that cushion that she's got with coming into the final couple of holes.
Well, you can see the shot she's got here because it glares at you. That ridge coming through, once it gets over the ridge, it's going to be downhill all the way. So there will be some right to left. This putt for Yeon Choi, just off the edge. She'll start coming down. Oh, she's got legs.
Gee, that pulled up really quickly, didn't it? So deceptive putt there for Yeon Choi, and Vicky Hurst removing the flag. She's got a putt that she'd be taking some interest in, that one of Yeon Choi's too, because she's coming from a similar area, although a little closer. Big crowd with this final grouping here. Terrific crowds out here on the Sunday. Good all 3 rounds, as a matter of fact. Good on Friday, and then they built again on Saturday, and even further today, as you'd expect. Very knowledgeable crowd too. I'll take you ahead though to 17 and Seon Yu, who haven't seen much of this afternoon, but she's been one of the surprise packs this tournament, playing off the local tour, the KLPG tour. Now Vicky Hurst will be thinking, can I get this to the hole?
It's an important putt too, because this could take her into second on her own.
I think she'd be picking 2 putts from here almost, but after watching Yeon Choi's putt pull up so quickly. Good try. Very good try from Vicky Hurst. She's had a good tournament, hasn't she?
It's been a good performance by Vicky Hurst this week. She stayed solid throughout.
Well, almost to the other bunker. I saw there's 2 balls in the bunker there. Now, Suzanne Patterson. tough bunker shot, obviously. And this is Amanda Blumenhurst.
Much room to work with here. You can see it's down breeze and the guests in the corporate suites there get a fabulous view of this 18th hole. It's an amazing structure all around the back of 18. Oh, now there's the other end of the scale.
Well, there's 3 bunker shots which the players would like to have again, I would think.
Oh, that's had some pace on it. Song Hee Kim. That was a par putt. So she'll have that for bogey.
So the 16th proving reasonably difficult for a couple of the leading players here. This also for par for our leader, Yeon Choi. It's a time when you're pretty happy to have a 3-shot cushion. Par 3 17th to come, followed by the par 5 18th.
Yeon Choi, we talk about the top 5 in the Rolex World Rankings who are vying for that number 1 position. Well, she's sitting in number 6 in the world. A drop shot by our leader. Well, the one that gives hope to is Vicky Hurst.
Yes, Vicky Hurst has a putt for par. Just moves her a shot closer.
And going down 17, 18, 17's it's a tough par 3. You've got to pick the line downwind. And then, of course, 18, as we know, there's water, there's bunkers, there's all sorts of things. But there's also eagles on offer if you play a couple of good shots down there. So anything could happen.
Absolutely. It's a great finishing hole. Right now, Song Hee Kim looking to stop the bleeding. So another shot given up to the course. So Song Hee Kim to 7 under the card now. Let's see if Vicky Hurst can nail down second spot on her own here. Very safely negotiated, so she walks off to the par 3 17th with an opportunity to have a shot for a car. The hole-in-one prize is still up for offer, the Kia K7, but right now she'd be thinking about having a good finish to this tournament. But she's 2 shots behind, so she could have a great finish with, depending on the permutations and combinations over the last 2 holes.
Let's take a look at this 17th hole, playing 152 yards today. And if you don't like playing bunkers, this is just not the place for you because it is surrounded other than that little backstretch there, but very long, narrow green. It sits from the right, front right, it goes back to back left as far as you're looking at it from the tee. You get a beautiful view there. The tee is back, of course, on the left-hand side of your screen, and bunkers all around. Pin today is 22 on and 7 for the right, so it's a carry of 130 yards directly to hit the edge of the green. And then you've got to pick the right club because if you're short, you're bunkered. If you're long, you're bunkered. And otherwise, either end, you're going to be a long way away from the hole.
Yes, it's like an island green, except that surrounded by sand almost. And the players actually make their way. There's a pathway there you can see almost in the centre of your screen, right in front of the Sky 72 sign, where the players make their way across that desert-like condition to walk to the green. And one of the few bunkers that all the staff invite you to walk through. They actually do tidy it up after the players have been through. So if anyone leaves it short, I haven't seen anyone leave it, certainly at this level, leave it that short yet. But Vicky Hurst goes to the front of the pack.
Yeah, 152 yards and 130 carry to get to the front of the green. A little bit of tail breeze. They're not hitting much more than, in Vicky Hurst's case, probably only 9-iron to get on. You don't want to carry it too far. The green again is firm. Just got to land it over the bunkers. Just try and catch the edge of the green. And it will run, but I wouldn't imagine this would be much more than 9-iron for Vicky Hurst.
She likes it. Well, she would have liked to hurry it on a little bit.
That's a bit of the problem there. She was a little bit left of where she needed to be, and of course caught up in that rough, and it gets quite thick, that second cut of rough. Song Hee Kim coming off a bogey on 17, but unfortunately it's one of a number of bogeys she's had since the 9th hole. Just that one birdie that she made on 15.
So what do you think, perhaps 8-iron for Song Hee?
Yeah, I think so.
Hard to tell often from the crowd's reaction. They love every shot. Club hits ball, but Song Hee would breathe something of a sigh of relief to see that result.
Yeah, that's not too bad there. Just giving herself a birdie putt. Easy target. Now our tournament leader. She's just the leader by 2.
Yes, this is it's down to the mental test right here, because she's got 2 holes to play, 2-shot lead. She's just given up 1 on the last hole and doesn't want to give up another here and make it a contest coming down the 18th. She's already seen her nearest contender, Vicky Hurst, leave hers short, so it's probably going to be no birdie for Vicky. Didn't like it.
She hates it. May have turned it over. Oh, now that's going to be fairly slippery from back there. It's a long, long way away from the pin, and there should be plenty of left to right in it as well.
We take you ahead to the 18th and the finishing touches for Si Young Ryu, who's been going along pretty nicely and almost came up with a great finish there. But she's had a good tournament, has So Yeon. Tap in to finish. 6th on the LPGA Tour, and a good finish there. Just dropped a shot in the final round, but 70, 70, 73. And there's that walk I was talking about, Sandy.
Yes, and after every group goes through, of course, they get out there and rake the path for the next group to come through. Someone's been very busy. And there's no other way other than going all the way around the back, of course, and coming in the back way. So the easiest way for the players and caddies to trek through.
But interesting finish here on with 17, then 18 to come. You've got this signature hole 17, and then the 18th, which, as Sandy mentioned, can offer up eagles, it can offer up problems. But we'll watch the shot tracker now. This is the computerized shot tracker from the back of the players, and looking to try and carry this 152 yards or 152 yards to the pin. And you see the number 147 was the carry distance.
Now the line is really sort of the TV, I think it's the TV tower behind the green, a little bit to the right of Song Hee Kim's ball there, that tower. You saw Yeon Choi a lot further left. It's actually quite interesting when you see all 3 of those. It looks like the rhythm dancing at the Olympics with all the ribbons.
With the ribbons, yeah.
When you get all three of them going together. There is Song Hye Kim, but first to go, of course, is going to be Yeon Choi from a long way away. Now this is going to take some judging. It is downhill. First problem. Second problem is there will be left to right. So you've got the issue of break and pace. And
that short shot we saw of Song Hye looked like she was quite relaxed, almost having a little bit of a whistle to herself. The first time she's been able to sit back and watch and think, well, you two have got a couple of problems here. I'll just sit back and watch this for a moment.
You know, she probably gets to this stage in the round when you're standing on 17 and you're a couple of shots behind the leader. And it has been a huge struggle for Song Hye Kim, and there's probably that little bit of resignation about, well, I can't really do anything about it. However, if this were not to go close and the other two were to get out of this hole with at worst case pars, things could change. We could actually have a situation where Yeon Choi might only be one ahead after this hole.
Well, Song Hye does have a decent birdie chance. Whilst the other two would be happy to make par, you would think, from where they are. It'll be, even though Vicky Hurst is in the rough, it's going to be Yeon Choi away. It's a long, long putt with a couple of twists and turns on the way.
Yeah, left to right, from her left to right, it's starting to come around.
Oh, that's a delightful putt, isn't it?
What a putt from Yeon Choi at these late stages. That is superb. It was from long range, it was downhill, it had plenty of break in it, and it was just superbly judged.
And there's the reaction from Song Hye Kim. Nothing much.
Yes.
Even though they're very, very close friends.
Well, when somebody's doing that, there's not much you can do about it. You can sort of sit there and in that situation and probably hope that, oh, a little three putt here wouldn't hurt my cause at all. But there's nothing you can do when the person out in front is playing very, very well.
Now this isn't easy either. She's got interesting little shot. She's got to get to the flat surface, run it out, and just run it that far past. It was difficult to stop that one.
Inbee Park, we haven't seen a lot of her on the US tour this year, but we'll come back to Inbee at the moment. But 1 win and 7 second place finishes in Japan, which was phenomenal. Now Vicky Hurst from just off the edge of 17. Well, that was actually a nice line. If it kept running, it would have broken a lot more towards the hole. So it looks like it will be a par for Vicky Hurst. She is playing very well today. Just going along at -2. She's done very little wrong.
Hasn't won on tour either, so this is new territory for her, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. She's a good player, Vicky Hurst. She was in contention again last week. I keep seeing her all the time, and you just think sooner or later this young lady's going to put 3 really good rounds together. So that's a par.
Here's the shot from Vicky, and she just catches that very nicely. No follow through with the club at all. But all interest now in this putt. This is a birdie opportunity here for Song Hye Kim. An opportunity to grab a piece of second place with this putt. See the crowd there in the background, a long way from the green. Yeah, it's tough to get a spot around this green. It's such an isolated spot, being an island in the middle of that sea of sand.
It's in.
Did everything but go in, didn't it?
It's not in, but how cruel can it be?
Not my day, she says. And both players went so close to holding those putts. A little bit of Michael Jackson moonwalk there at the end of it, but not good enough not enough body English to ride it in.
I'm just watching Yeon Choi there. Look, you nearly feel like they are very good friends. You nearly feel like Yeon Choi now wouldn't mind seeing Song Hee drop the odd putt. It's been a battle, so they move on to the final hole now. Song Hee Kim is behind our leader Yeon Choi. He's at -10. Vicky Hurst at -2. 2 behind, sorry, and Song Hee Kim's 3 behind.
Yeon Han leaving that putt short there on 18. Finished with a 74. That was a little earlier.
It's actually great this morning watching Yeon and her little 3-year-old son.
And Yeon would be looking at coming to the 18th as just getting it right. I mean, par would be good, but here's Julie Inkster.
Well, what a couple of weeks it's been for Julie Inkster. She was right in the mix last week. She jumped 24 places on the Rolex World Rankings last week into 51st position, 50 years of age, and it's just been another great effort from a true champion. Keeps going.
At the turn today, she looked like she could do anything, but just leaked a few shots on the back nine to finish with 74, but another very, very good finish, as you say. But what a shot that is down the 18th as the crowd lines the entire one side. Of course, you can only stand on one side of this with water all the way down the right, but that crowd snaking its way towards the final green. And a very elevated shot here off the tee, Sandy.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of room on this hole as far as the tee shot goes. You've got to be a little bit careful of that small bunker on the right-hand side, but you're pretty wide if you're out there. That's 248 yards from the tee. But really down the left-hand side, as long as you can keep it in the fairway, there's not much trouble. And this very interesting pin position. It's only 5 on and 5 from the left. So they're tempting them to have a go at this today. Vicky Hurst certainly has the length. Just get the tee shot on the fairway.
Yeah, this is one of those holes where Vicky's length really does help. And that's safely into the fairway, and just need to be a little bit left side to get through that narrow opening with a second shot.
If you can set yourself up, because this is reachable today, if you can set yourself up and make sure the first part of the equation is on the fairway so that you're not doing anything silly off the tee. It's just such an interesting hole, this, and it's an interesting shot in. We've seen them, bunkers getting a huge workout around this green today so far. There's a lot of crowd out there at the moment, people sort of jostling for position.
I've seen that so many times. In fact, Song Hee's playing partner, Yeon Choi, has pulled away 3 or 4 times. I've heard the caddy call out to people with cameras. It's the only tournament on the LPGA tour they play in Korea, so it's their only opportunity to see the players at this level, and they're obviously out there with their cameras.
Well, she struggled on the back nine, Song Hye Kim, but it's still a very, very nice golf swing. And that's fine. That's just sitting up in the very, very short rough on the left-hand side. So that gives her a nice opening into this very tight front left pin.
Now the tournament leader and defending champion too, Sandy, so she's used to the walk up this particular fairway.
Yes, well, we're only moments away, or Yeon Choi is only moments away of picking that trophy up for the second year in a row. And, you know, it's special for these girls to be able to win in their home country too. This is the only Korean tour stop of the LPGA. I think the crowd aren't loving this.
Was that a sigh of relief there from
I think so.
I've got my final drive in the centre of the fairway. I've got 2-shot lead.
Life's good.
Yep, absolutely.
And the way she's playing, you really don't expect her to do anything wrong. I mean, you know, in saying that, there's water. I love this swing of Song Hye Kim's. I think the only problems with Song Hye Kim's game is starting to get more into her head than anything else, but it's just nice, smooth hip turn round. She comes, brings it on the inside, transfers her weight through to the left side, and then just let it go.
Yes,
So
we saw her
simple.
miss the fairway on 16, but gee, that was one of the few blemishes off the tee we've seen all week, isn't it?
Yeah, she does very little wrong, but really it's just a matter that she's just getting her head in a bad place with finishing these tournaments. Now, Yeon Choi's swing, she's very slight. She's tiny, Yeon Choi. Good shoulder turn. Club gets to horizontal. Now again, hips start turning, weight starts transferring. Slot it down on the inside and let it go from inside to out, and great extension through the ball. The unfortunate thing is at that stage you see very few club golfers with that extension through. That's where they're usually bailing out and standing up, and it's really lovely when you see consistently, you know, they really get that club head getting out past the body and releasing through the ball.
Well, Jie Shin, always a crowd favourite in this country, and Jie finishing up. This is highlights of Jie's round, and she had big galleries out there following her today. At 11. 4 under for the tournament at this stage. Could have been something better, and just walking off there, could not believe it, telling you about that fabulous smile that she's got. She's so tiny, isn't she?
Yeah, this was at the par 5 13th hole. It was a great part. This is not much of GA. She says she's 5'2", but I'd like to dispute that. I don't think she's that tall.
Don't believe the 2 bit.
Go, 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 go!
She's a great competitor. One of those vying to be the #1 player in the world at the end of the season. She's sitting currently number 2. That was a little glitch.
I love the way the smile is the same. We're missing that putt there to making one. So, I'm sure there's a different feeling inside, but still up comes the smile. That's terrific to see.
I think that's the beauty of her. She's such a great player, but she's such a bubbly character. Now look at the crowds coming down this 18th. It has been a fabulous day. So many people out here. The queues coming in this morning, and the cars, they've managed to park them in all sorts of places all over the golf course. It's just fantastic to see.
Yes, we were talking to one of the officials earlier in the week, and how they often close these courses down for 10 days before a tournament just to get it into tournament nick. Well, there's so much traffic through this particular course that I think they only closed it down for 5, and there was concern about whether it would come up in the right kind of shape for a tournament of this calibre. But they've certainly done it, haven't they?
Yes, they certainly have. Now, there on the right-hand side, well, on the left is the money list off the US Tour this year. Jie Shin leading that with Yeon Choi. She's in second place. Yanni Singh just behind. Of course, on the right is the prize money for this event. That is US dollars, $270,000 at the winner, 166 plus for second place. So there is a big difference in the top order. It starts getting a little closer as you go further down the order, but and for some of these players too, it's going to make actually quite a huge difference to their season end like Vicky Hurst looks like at this stage, mind you, I shouldn't say that because Song Hye Kim is only one shot behind, and we know anything can happen up this 18th hole. But so far this year, you know, Vicky Hurst has picked up $215,000. She's in 38th spot. Well, she's going to bring it up around the $400,000 mark, which is going to be a nice end to a season if she can finish second outright today.
Yes, it's very good money at the top. Very difficult at the bottom, though, isn't it? It's such very good money, but gee, it's hard to get there. It's a pointy top to the pyramid.
The other thing is Yeon Choi will probably end up as the #1 player on the money list. So she may well take over.
Is that the way you've got the calculation?
Oh, I think so. I'm doing a bit of rough mathematics here.
Now, iron in hand. Got the right, or I'm going to say the left side of the fairway, which is the right side to come in at this particular pin. So, see if she can get there in 2. It's coming up a little short.
I think with the iron there, not even really trying. I think she just wants to get a finish in here. That was just an iron for a layup more than anything else, not really wanting to have a go at it. And I can understand that because things have not gone well for Song Hye Kim on this back nine. So let's just get this over and done with. Maybe she can do a nice pitch and putt. Try and get up into a tie there with Vicky Hurst. Although being the long hitter, Vicky Hurst is very capable of getting this ball on the green. Well, Yeon Choi, if you can get it up around the pin somewhere, this tournament is all yours.
Well, Paula Creamer had one of the rounds of the day today. She shot 67 and drowned a ball on 18.
You're thinking of such a negative here, Phil.
Could have been anything. I mean, no, I'm just thinking, Paula, what a fabulous round it was, really. Very, very, very nicely done. Hang on.
Do you know, that's okay.
Not a real problem.
She's there for 2. It's a par 5, so she can just flop something out on the green and a couple of putts. Unless Vicky Hurst can come up with something absolutely spectacular here and knock the flagstick out.
The thing about that shot, though, the thing about that shot that she's got coming out of the bunker, there's not very much green to play with.
Well, there's no green to work with, but if she just plays some sort of flop shot, she doesn't want to get it running too far and just gets it on the green. But now Vicky Hurst right from the centre of the fairway. Now you can see she is closer. And by the look of it, that looks like she has an iron in her hand. She does. And you can see the shot she's got.
But there's a chance here for Vicky Hurst to make eagle.
Yes, there is, very much so.
And there's a chance for Yeon Choi to make par.
Oh, this is not over.
So, I mean, we got a real shot at a playoff situation here. 2-shot difference. Resting on this shot here.
This is a tough shot into very little green that doesn't hold. It needs to be perfect. No, she's just leaving that short for the chip in the putt.
Or a chip.
Or a chip, yep, absolutely. And until it's over, it's not over. And that's very, very true. So, you know, Vicky Hurst could just have a nice simple chip here, run in the hole. There's her eagle. Puts the pressure on Yeon Choi then to get up and down for the tournament.
And that's all to come ahead of us, because that's the situation we've got here at the Hana Bank Championship of 2010. So, whilst it might have looked all over a couple of holes ago, there is very much life in this at the moment. Yeon Choi is not going to be crowned a winner just yet. There's still a little bit of work to do by finding the bunker left. It's a very shallow bunker, so it's a straightforward bunker shot, but with very little green to play with. In your home country, in front of friends, family, that's pressure as well, and certainly handled it well to this point. She'll get a great reception walking down the 18th here as the enormous crowd coming down behind her. As you can see the stand behind the green, that's a temporary stand with sponsor boxes, and then you've got the public stand on the left. But terrific crowds out here today. As we go down the fairway now to Song Hee Kim. And she's got this pitch into the green. She'll be next to play.
I think they may also be waiting just for the crowds to settle down. A lot of people around this 18th hole. Great setting this is.
Can she get this close? Well, she would have liked it a little closer than that, because that's a very, very difficult putt she's got from there. So Song Hee with no snack to make par from there. He's there for 3. Now, this vital bunker shot coming up for Yeon Choi, the leader by 2. And that is the player 2 behind, as you can see in black, Vicky Hurst.
네, LPGA Hana Bank Championship presented by SK Telecom 대회에 함께해 주신 갤러리 여러분 감사합니다. 이제 대본 대회 마지막 주
She's having a
선수들이
good long look at that pin placement there to see what she's got to play with. Already seen one player chip in from around that vicinity today.
Well, the important thing for Choi as they wait while there's a few announcements are made around the 18th is to play this safely. Just get out and get on the green. Just should wait though first to see what Vicky Hurst does. As you said, there is a chance that Vicky Hurst could hole this chip shot. That would throw a cat amongst the pigeons.
I'm wondering just who's away here. So you look at where Song Hee Kim is, and she's almost further away, isn't she? Song Hee going to up to have a look at the pin.
I think Song Hee will. It does look like she might be the first to play.
No, we're back to Vicky. So will it be a chip and a putt, or will it be just a chip? Been a terrific tournament for Vicky Hurst. Never won on tour, and here in just a couple of breaths of a victory. But this has to go in. Unfortunate. Now she's got work to do. Have a look at how difficult that is.
I think that may have just been a little nerves there.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure.
Well, it's a tough shot because I mean, you've got to land it short of the pin. You leave it too short, you leave it in the front of the green. It would have been a bit of adrenaline pumping through the veins on that one.
Well, the thing now, Yeon Choi, the pressure has been taken off her. She just has to play a nice flop shot out of this bunker and get it within, you know, too far of the flag. 1 or 2 putts would be good. She just
sitting very well, as you can see, and it's only a very, very shallow bunker. The problem, of course, is the lack of green to play with.
settle down. That's Look, it's on. It wasn't great. It's on, but it's on the green. That's fine.
what she was after.
It's all she needs.
2 putts is all she needs. And it's handy to have that kind of cushion, be able to make that kind of decision. Of course, she could hold that for birdie and go home a 3-shot winner. But that's all ahead of us as we go over to the ball of Song Hee Kim, who led from the start of this round and then unravelled on the back 9. You see that? Look at that wall of photographers moving around. That's. They just keep coming. It's going to take longer to get the photographers in position than it is to take the shot.
As we wait for Song Hee Kim at the back, Yeon Choi. This would be tour win number 4 for her.
She's been tired just putting that jacket on and off all day.
She's done a lot today, hasn't she?
Well,
It's been quite
over a
cool.
couple of days. She's had it on and off the whole time. It's a routine she's gotten into. Just keeps warm. So Song Hee Kim 1 over today. Shot opening rounds of 68 and 68.
Well, you can see Song Hee Kim is on the back right of the screen. The pin is down the front, so it's going to be quick. There will be a ridge that should be coming off on the right-hand side that is at the back of the bunkers, so there should be right to left movement. And probably a reasonable amount of it, so just going to pick a good line. And it's going to be hitting the right spot just as that curve is in the... there you can see it take the turn off the edge of the bunker. That might come back around a little bit. No, a little light on for Song Hee Kim. But what she must be careful of now is actually not dropping a shot, because that will put her back into a tie with 3 other players, Paula Creamer, G.A. Shin and Suzanne Patterson, of course, who have all finished, instead of being an outright 3rd on her own.
There's about 45,000 difference between 2nd and 3rd, and that's where she's at the moment, at 3rd place. But you're right, a 4-way tie for 3rd. You share the spoils.
Well, it's all coming down to this, the atmosphere around. You can see the line of photographers, all the people inside the amazing corporate suite there. Photographers lining all the front there. There's a lot of them.
You saw Vicky Hurst's putt run all the way to there, so she's got to get just back up this slope. Just wants to finish this off well. 68 in the first round. She was the first player to hit off on day 1. Early in the morning, had to kick the dew off the grass. Then there was a bit of frost around almost it was on that day. She was freezing cold, she said. And the first to hit off in the second, because she was the overnight leader.
There's some right to left in
last
this putt. Didn't have the line or the length for Vicky there. But she needs to pop that one in, and she will be on her own in 2nd place. Great finish for her.
Now Yeon with this for birdie to finish. It would be a wonderful birdie finish, wouldn't it, to finish off what's just been a great tournament for her. She had started with 69 on Friday and 68 yesterday.
I'll give her at least A 3-shot lead. We haven't seen the final putts yet for Vicky Hurst. But Yeon Choi just has to negotiate these few metres. This putt will have a little right to left in it.
Well, there's no birdie finish for Yeon. Now, does she mark that one and finish off? She will, I think. Let the others putt out. And yes, she does that, and so she'll have the last say in this particular tournament. But she can put the ball in the pocket very comfortably, knowing that she's got a short par putt to finish up with a 2-shot victory, at least, maybe more, depending on what Vicky Hurst can do.
It's a tough day out there today for the players in this golf course. Best of the scores, Paula Creamer had a 67, Jia Shen 69. There are an awful lot of 70 and 71s today. Just 1 and 2 unders. Of course, didn't give up too many great scores. So Jin Yang had a 69. As did Amy Yang, had 68. So apart from this final group, only 4 players below 70 for today. Very different to yesterday.
Seven under. Song Hee Kim, she had 11 under at one stage. And that's a good finish. Finishes with par.
And what a fabulous finish. You can see Yeon Choi there clapping, because that means that Song Hee Kim, she had her battles over this back nine. It was a tough one for her, but she will finish on her own in 3rd place.
Right now she's just wondering probably what might have been, but she's done that before. Been in a position to win tournaments and not able to finish them off yet. But Vicky Hurst, first time up in this sort of area, chance to pick up 2nd place in a $1.8 million tournament. So important, these putts. I mean, they're all important, but these are the ones you really remember. Just on the left side, it's been a very, very good week for Vicky Hurst.
A sigh of relief. That one did sort of a 3/4 lap of the cup before it went in, but a great round, great tournament, alone in 2nd place. Very, very good finish. She stayed in there well today. She didn't do anything much wrong today, Vicky Hurst. Good, solid performance.
Now, the defending champion, Yeon Choi. 2 putts to get down from here. You'd be happy in that sort of position.
Oh, she won't want that, but there you go. For the 2nd year in a row, Yeon Choi, the winner of the Hana Bank Championship.
Yes, the first repeat winner of this particular championship, Yeon Choi, finishes with a round of 69 to go with the 69 and 68 on days 1 and 2 to finish 10 under the card, and a worthy winner